This is the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Wednesday, January the 7th. I'm James Spann. The big chill blowing in here today. Strong north winds. Tomorrow morning, a hard freeze. And then for the weekend, maybe a touch of light rain before it's over. Let's go in there and take a look at things this morning. This is the water vapor satellite view. A high amplitude pattern. Got the big ridge in the west. Got a big trough in the east. Starting off the day with 30s. Birmingham at 31 at daybreak. Some 20s to the north. And we expect to be in the 30s all day today. And you factor in a very strong north wind this afternoon, the wind chill index will be well below freezing. In fact, tonight, the wind chill index will drop to near zero as far south as Birmingham. And up north, it's pretty brutal this morning. Temperatures on the Canadian border, about 20 below. The wind chill index approaching 50 below in spots up there. And that's what we're going to deal with here for the next few days. But thankfully, this is not a long duration Arctic event for us. Hard freeze warnings in effect for much of the deep south tomorrow morning. Of course, everybody's going to have a hard freeze. A lot of the Weather Service offices, to the north don't issue those. Everybody has different criteria. There's also a wind advisory later today and tonight. And up north, you got wind chill advisories and just all kind of nasty winter stuff going on here. It's just very cold. Precipitation, not very much for the next 5 days. This is the expected rain here through Monday morning, and really barely enough to measure. The latest guidance coming in fairly dry Sunday, really holding off any better chance of light rain until maybe Sunday night or Monday. One way or the other doesn't look like a big event here. Here's a look at the GFS, the Global Forecast System, valid today at noon, and this is at 500 millibars. Ridge in the west, trough in the east. And look at that. That's a 1,057 millibar high on the South Dakota-Nebraska border. Very tight pressure gradient. Winds will be averaging 15 to 30. Gust, I'd say, to 35 this afternoon. And with temperatures holding in the 30s, it's going to be pretty brutal. And again, this air is just as dry as a bone. Could there be a snowflake somewhere over North Alabama? Yes. This is the high-resolution HER model at 11, trying to print out a few snow flurries here. But again, most of you won't see a snowflake today. That is not a big deal. The big deal is the cold. Tomorrow, the surface high is right on top of us, so the winds will be calmer tomorrow, which is the good deal. But we stay below freezing all day, and we start the day in some parts of North Alabama in the single digits. This is raw output coming off the NAM, the high-resolution NAM, and you can see it's got single-digit lows for Cullman and Huntsville and Decatur and the Shoals. And again, those numbers are almost identical to our forecast numbers. We've been using these on the air, and we'll stick with this. So we're forecasting 11 for Birmingham, and I don't know if you can tell the difference between 8, 9, 10, 11. Even Mobile at 17. So for our part of the state, sub-freezing weather for about 38 consecutive hours. And up in the Tennessee Valley, they'll be below freezing now through Friday morning. They'll go 60 hours up there below freezing. And again, our main message, you know how to stay warm, but just be sure and check on people that don't have adequate heating or a way of staying warm. That's the biggest issue. And bring in the dogs and the critters and the cats and all that. This is Friday. Friday morning's going to be cold. I think we'll be in the upper teens. The high Friday should be close to 40, maybe low 40s, as a slow warm-up begins. Saturday, sky will be sunny as the weekend begins, and again, low 40s. And Saturday morning, I think we'll see upper teens. There's a slight reinforcement coming in here during the day Friday in dry fashion. So, again, the GFS is printing 18 Saturday morning with a high at 43. Sunday looking drier and drier on the model runs. The Europeans been dry. Now the GFS looks dry with the main rain chances west of the state. This is 6 o'clock Sunday morning. And, yesterday morning we showed you model output that suggested maybe some light freezing rain for the northwest corner of the state. Well, now we're dry. So I think based on the last few runs, we can take out that mention of light freezing rain Sunday morning. And the bulk of the day really is looking, fairly dry. We'll mention a small chance of a shower Sunday afternoon. This is Sunday evening at 6 o'clock, same thing. We're dry. But Monday, that moisture works in here, and it seems like now the better chance of rain will be Monday, and no winter weather mischief, just some light rain at times. And then Tuesday, that wave is on by and we're dry with seasonal temperatures. And this is a week from today. This is Wednesday the 14th. And you can see how the flow is de-amplified. Down below that, it looks like a partly sunny day with a high in the 50s and low in the 30s. And that's exactly where we should be this time of the year. This is the following day, Thursday night, the 15th, and looks like some cold air advection may be kicking in for a brief cool down. And this is the end of the forecast on the 22nd. That's not a cold look right there. And down below that, a storm well north of here, maybe a batch of showers coming in. Temperatures off the ensembles, you can see after this cold snap, don't look that bad. It'll be pretty close to average for the rest of the month. In fact, the ensembles here suggesting maybe a high close to 60 by January 20th. Look at the bottom chart there. This is the Arctic oscillation. It tries to go negative at mid-month, and the NAO, same thing. It's neutral, maybe slightly negative, and we'll keep an eye on those teleconnections. But again, in the operational runs, the deterministic runs, no sign of any really big, bad cold air invasion after what we're going to deal with over the next few days. That's it for the Weather Extreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream of the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.